Hello, welcome to Theosophy in Wales. I'm Dave Marsland. The universe reincarnates. Well, I've always believed in reincarnation. Even when I was about 5, I talked about reincarnation. I didn't actually know the word, but I believed in the concept. I don't know where that came from. My father accepted the possibility of reincarnation and did say there were people who said that they'd lived before. So it was quite safe for me, I felt, to believe in reincarnation, and I was very comfortable with it. The problem arose a little while later when I became familiar with theories of the existence of the universe, that eventually the universe will disappear. Now, the problem there is, how do you reincarnate when there's no universe? It's a bit difficult. I didn't really look at the possibility that the Earth and the solar system won't exist at some point as well, so we'd have to reincarnate somewhere else. But no universe at all. Well, I had a problem with that. Now, I didn't accept Fred Hoyle's steady state universe, which would have been an answer. Fred Hoyle postulated that the universe had always existed, didn't actually have a beginning and would always continue to exist. It wouldn't have an end. And an eternal universe, that's quite an attractive proposition, but I couldn't really accept that. I found it much easier to accept the other theories, so it's the Big Bang theory, that postulate that the universe has a beginning and an end. Also, I didn't really have a problem with the beginning and end, that I just assumed there was something beyond speculation that brought the universe into existence. In fact, whatever theories you have about the universe, if you believe the universe has a beginning and an end, or even with Fred Hoyle's steady state eternal universe, whatever theory you have, something somewhere has to come from nothing, something beyond speculation. And it's possible you may take the Hindu view, or view of many Hindus, that the mind that created the universe, or the force that created the universe, actually brought itself into existence, although again something would have to come from nothing. Or you may believe in the inevitability of existence, and that is the theory that if it is possible for something to exist, then something will exist, and that's why we're here, because it is possible for something to exist. Again, even with that, something still had to come from nothing. So, in a way, I've never got beyond that one, that Theosophy provides the answer that it's beyond speculation, and many religious systems believe that it's just beyond what brought us into existence. The original first cause did exist, but is beyond speculation. Anyway, Theosophy has the answer to the universe disappearing. The universe actually itself reincarnates, just as, I believe that we reincarnate. And it exists for a given period of time, known as the Manvantara. Manvantara, I'll translate that as the reign of the cosmic builder. And also then goes into obscuration, or rest, known as the Pralaya. Now, how does this work? I'll leave the really technical description of the formation of the universe, Theosophy's view of it, for another posting. But it begins with the awakening of the universal mind, or the universal mind, call it the higher consciousness behind the universe, or cosmic ideation, the big idea behind the universe. And it's powered by Fohat, cosmic electricity. Now, if you, that's actually electricity with consciousness, if you accept there was a Big Bang, not everybody does, then that's would be the power, the Big Bang would come from Fohat, and all the energy in the universe is Fohat, is powered by Fohat. If you look at the modern theories of how the universe will progress, it will certainly run for a given period of time, but the modern theory seems to be that the universe will continue to expand as a result of the Big Bang, and at some point it will exhaust itself and close in on itself with the gravity, leading to a massive implosion which takes the universe out of existence. There are some variations on that theory, and not all scientists agree that's what's going to happen. Some say that the universe will just dissolve in some way, but there's a general consensus now that the universe, among science, that the universe will cease to exist, and that's in line with the idea of Manvantara and period of rest, Pralaya. So that's the Manvantara. The universe exists for a given period of time. Now, I should mention at this stage, I mentioned it earlier, that the universe will reincarnate, but we will reincarnate within it. We will appear as beings in a future universe. How exactly that's going to happen is beyond speculation. But we will appear, we're part of the universe here, we'll be part of a future universe, and we have been part of previous universes, and that will continue. Let's look at the Pralaya. Now, the universe disappears, but the Pralaya is a period of rest. It disappears, or it's out of manifestation, but it's still there in potential. This fits in with the law of periodicity, a sort of activity and rest. For every period of activity there's a corresponding period of rest, and that's how the universe has that as well. I can come up with an analogy of a football crowd, that a football crowd it fills the stadium for the game, assuming you've got a reasonable team that can fill the stadium, and they will be there for the duration of the game. And that crowd exists as an entity, the crowd as an entity. At the end of the game, the crowd will disperse, so it will go home. Game will probably be 2 weeks later, at the same stadium. The crowd will not exist, the stadium will be empty. But 2 weeks later, that crowd, which has existed in potential since the last game, will reappear. So there's been a period of rest between the two games when the crowd just been doing something else, hasn't been there, certainly hasn't manifested within the stadium, and then appears again. And for the duration of that fortnight, the crowd, although it's not there, did still exist in potential, in the way that the universe, it's out of manifestation, but it does still exist in potential. Another thing about universes, as universes reincarnate, now reincarnation is part of our evolution, and then we move higher and higher on the spiritually, as we always should do. Not everybody does it. Some people do it more quickly than others, but on the whole we're gaining experience and we're moving on spiritually as we reincarnate. Likewise, universes evolve. The universe is evolving while this one is evolving, while we're in it. This one's evolving, and we will move on then. The next universe will be a more evolved universe. So there we have that reincarnation and evolution still can be applied to the universe that we're in.